All right, everybody, welcome back to Confusing Perspective, brought to you by the like button, located right below the video, and my Twitch channel still. Minecraft Championships may have happened yesterday, but hey, tomorrow, assuming you're watching this on the first day it goes up, there's a Maya Night event. There's plenty more reasons to follow the stream. You could even go right now and I could be live. It's possible. Check it out. Link in the description. Let's start off with number 19. Full or empty? From the thumbnail, it was a bit more difficult to tell. I can tell it's full. It's very full. So much so that I would be very worried about carrying that anywhere. You can see like a couple little bubbles or spots from cream right there in the center. It's full, but satisfyingly full. Just not satisfying when you attempt to carry it and it starts spilling all over the place. That's why I'm never a fan of drinks that are overfilled. When you order one at a restaurant, which you can't go to right now, and it's just right to the top, and you're like, what do I do with this? How do I do anything? I can't take it without it just falling all over my hand and dripping everywhere and becoming a sticky mess. Just a little less, please. I'm fine with it, just to avoid the mess. This old pic of mine, that looks painful. You should get that checked out. I'm surprised you're not reacting more violently to the situation of an axe being stuck in your head. God, it really does look like it too. Like, how is it? It almost looks like it's straight up in there. Like he has hair on that side, and the axe just straight down the center. That's really impressive. The shadowing has just worked out absolutely perfectly. Also, why are there two children who are playing around next to a very large axe stuck into a piece of wood? This concerns me. Centaur man has been getting fit. Oh, I see. I was so confused for a second. Either it's a very long man who is just, resting on top of some legs there. Or there's just a human centipede. Not a big deal. I like how this is the photo that was actually used for like product promotion on the website. It's not just like this was caught in the middle of a video or something. It's like, nope, this is the photo that they went with for 15 summer bodyweight exercises to get you looking super duper ripped. Also, look at this man's with the weighted vest. I've been working out recently with the weighted vest. Let me tell you, that just wrecks you. Oh my God, dude. You gotta wait for it. Is it a video that's confusing perspective? It's just, that's a gnarly river to be crossing there, dude. Let me guess, it's an RC car. It's an RC car, that's what it is. It's not actually a real car. That's the confusing perspective there. Yep. I figured as much. I was like, wait a minute. This is bouncing a little bit too much. This has some real wild suspension travel. Also, based on the fact that we're in confusing perspective here, I'm like, wait a minute. And also the splash, the splashes looked a little too cohesive. Like if it were a gigantic splash, you'd get more like droplets of water. It looked like it was too cohesive and all together, not scattered as much as you would get in a large splash. So anyway, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when it's in slow-mo because normally you can tell by the speed at which it would, fall back to the ground. But if it's in slow-mo, it's very deceiving. Perfect fit. Just blend it right in with the design on the quilt. I wonder if the dog actually chooses it for that reason, though. It identifies that like this is a darker spot and it thinks it's going to be warmer, or it thinks it's more protected when it's in the center of some sort of outline on the blanket. I'm sure there's actually a reason for it choosing that spot. It's not entirely coincidental, and it just so happens it works perfectly. Like the outline goes right around it, and it kind of reminds me of the flag of California with the bear that's in the center. It looks a lot like that, except it's a dog, which is cuter. The rest of this building is hosted in another dimension. Ah, good old triangular buildings. Always look trippy when you view them from the proper angle. I was about to say the right angle, and I was like, that's not a right angle right there. That might be a right angle over there, but that is definitely very acute. Also, I feel like a gigantic idiot, and I need to issue a correction. This was a couple weeks ago at this time, but in a video, can't remember which one it was, might have been Black Magic Forkery, I was commenting a whole bunch about how this building must have invented active camo, somehow just overlooking and not realizing the fact that it was just a triangular building, and I was in fact seeing the background. It was not a reflection of active camo, it was just a triangular building, and I feel like a complete idiot. I realized it after the fact when I was going to make a thumbnail for the subreddit, and I was like, well, too late now, but I'm dumb. So here I am correcting myself. Triangular buildings, though. Always very trippy. There's a triangular building in downtown LA, and when you're driving south on the 110 freeway approaching it, you kind of get this look from it, and it's always really weird. See-through shack in the desert. Is it mirrored? That's bizarre. Who decorates the outside of their building in mirrors? I mean, it creates a really cool effect, so I guess that's probably why they did it. But interesting design choice. I guess maybe it like reflects some of the heat so that it doesn't get as toasty inside of the building. I wonder if it does work that way. Is there actually a practical reason for this? Or is it just so that it looks really cool? I wonder, like, if you were even further away, and they should actually, rather than it being a mirrored window, I don't know why they'd have a mirror as the window instead of it just being a window that goes through, but if they replaced that with a window and you could see straight through, would you realize? Would you be able to tell the difference between what's mirrored and what's actually see-through with an actual window? That'd be super trippy. Because see, with this here, you see yourself in the reflection. If there were a window there and you were approaching right at the window, you'd see through at the window and everything else would look like it blends into the environment. It'd be super gnarly, especially if like the terrain is relatively flat or there's matching mountains on either side and they're in some kind of valley. That'd be gnarly. These two dogs. Now this is what I come to this subreddit for. What in the... Okay, I think I kind of get it. All right. This dog here, bottom dog, belongs to this eye, and the mouth is divided right there. That's bottom dog's nose and bottom dog's mouth outline. And top dog, that's its eye, and its mouth kind of goes right there, and that's its snout. And then, wow. It's like a combination of being perfectly aligned and also the photo is just JPEG'd enough so that it kind of blends together. That is real quality. It's like, it's good. The dog's got a single head with halibut eyes and then two bodies branching off in different directions. It'd be a very hard thing to operate if that was a single being. It'd be very difficult to do, but no wonder they're angry and fighting. One body wants to go in one direction, the other wants to go in another direction. Don't ever talk to me or my son again. That is so weird. It's me next to a professional basketball player, everybody. This is why I couldn't make it to the NBA and why this is why my high school counselor laughed at me when I said that I was interested in joining the basketball team. Joke's on him. Basketball team sucked. And I totally would have been good enough to play on it. But whatever. Could have been the next Muggsy Bogues, but you had to shut me down. Anyway, I just love how it's like, it's perfect because you don't see any shadowing because he's in the air. Also, that's the most like static jump I've ever seen in my life. He looks like he's I've never seen such a nonchalant pose in midair. Also, this is like, you got some hops. This is some serious hops. That's like straight legs down, freaking straight legs. He's like that high off the platform. This looks like some hops. That's all I'm saying right there. That's all I'm saying. That's pretty gnarly, dude. Yeah, that's me and that's everybody else. You get it. This kitty on fire. Oh no, somebody save it. It doesn't realize. Just like every single person who ever has their hair lit on fire, they never realize it until someone else is like, oh God, your hair's on fire, and they start swatting at it, and then they're like, oh God, my hair's on fire. There's no one to alert the cat. The cat's never gonna realize its hair will forever be on fire. And apparently cat hair just burns for a super long time. So it's just like a really long lasting candle wick. Impressive. Man holding severed donkey head. God. Oh, it just makes me think of the photos that people take trophy hunting, and it's just like they're holding up like a lion, part of an elephant, or part of an animal that has absolutely no business being hunted because it's not even something that they eat. It is just for the sake of hunting it, and it really reminds me of that, and I just don't like it, even though obviously the donkey here is alive, and it's just body is concealed behind the guy, but it looks like one of those poses. Is the person smiling, and it's like, look what I just did, because I'm terrible. Thought you guys would enjoy this. This is all one picture. That is cool. Looks like 3 different layers in Photoshop, with the sign kind of isolated from the background over there. The only way that this could have been better is if you brought it down slightly so that the roof here lined up with the roof there, and that way it would just be a clean cut from the bottom portion to the middle portion with the cows, and then the background portion over there. Either way, pretty cool photo. It's a very nice photo. If I took that, I'd freaking frame it on my wall. I'd be very satisfied there. Planted. Oh God, it really took me a moment to realize that. I thought that somebody like vandalized the car by sticking a tree out of the hood. Man, that'll break it. Just like Thor came over here, just picked up the tree and just jammed it into the front of the car, straight through the engine block. That'll teach you to park in a spot you're not supposed to. This is residents only. Who are you? Nobody knows. Good God, that's crazy, dude. It straight up looks like the hood of the car is being deformed right around like where the reflection of the tree goes higher and branches off. That's really, oh God, dude, imagine like approaching your car and seeing that and thinking, did a tree just get impaled into my car? And you get a little closer and you're like, oh, thank goodness I had a momentary heart attack. Looks like he's wearing a face mask. It really does. Except you wish he was wearing a face mask, because it's not. He's not wearing a face mask, and he should be, shouldn't he? Unless this is an old image. He's not wearing a face mask either. Hopefully this is an old photo. Otherwise, why aren't you wearing a face mask? Huh? I still want to get a face mask that is my face. Or like the one where the special effects guy made the gas mask coming out of his mouth. Freaking so cool. I still want a face mask like that. That'd be sick, dude. Cat tree. This is some kind of final boss out of a video game. Absolutely terrifying. It's like nature has taken over, dude, and it's merged with a cat. And you're the last surviving human. And this is the final boss that you have to face. Also, it just looks like it's, now that I think about it, it has nothing to do with the cat and the tree, but it kind of looks like fractalizing. I never thought about that before in regards to it. I think it's a pine tree, but anyway, it's quite majestic. That cat knows how to take a photo. And the top for the last month. Thought it was 2 people at first. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, wow. Okay, alrighty then. That's quite the pose to be lounging in. It doesn't seem that comfortable. Also, how do you get your leg like that? I guess it kind of gets that. It just seems like his leg is uncomfortably like folded up against itself. Can you do that? Like, can you really do? My leg doesn't do that. How is it so folded? How did he do that to his leg? How did he freaking? And then also, how is he balancing? He has his leg like super folded, and then it's holding up the helmet on the thing, and then also, is he wearing shorts? They're just like really short shorts, just nice and spread for everybody else to see. It's a lot going on here. I don't know. How did he achieve this? This must be a regular pose for this man's, and I cannot figure out how it's comfortable in any way, shape, or form. There are so many more comfortable ways to exist. But hey, you know what? As long as it gets for a good photo with great subreddit karma, then why not do it? Truly impressive. Impressive work. I can't do that. Thanks for watching this month of Confusing Perspective. Make sure to like if you like. Check out the playlist if you want to catch more of this subreddit. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the bell even if you are. And check out our sponsor, the like button. And I already said that one, but again, twitch.tv/CaptainSparkle is pretty slick. See you next time.